We'd like to welcome everyone back to the Talladega Super Speedway, the Ken Patterson Infield Media Center, for the 7th Annual Talladega County Coaches Association High School Football Media Day. Next up, we have the B.B. Comer Memorial High School Tigers. I want to welcome Coach Adam Fawcett back to Talladega County. Representing the Tigers today, we have Tamar King, Brian Bradford, and Ward Rush. We'd also like to welcome from the Mumford Weekly, Carl Morgan back in the back. Fire away, media.
Thanks, Griff. Adam, two things. One an easy one and one a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Really, just yes or no, did you buy the instant replay equipment over at B.B. Comer?
No.
Okay. Probably because it costs everybody an arm and a leg.
Yes.
The other thing is, now that you're back here,
Mm-hmm.
you are going to play now, and I know a lot of guys are talking about their region being the SEC of 4A. You may be in the SEC West of 3A. Now that you are, would you just speak to what you know of how strong that region is going to be and the challenge that you face coming back, with your bunch?
Right. Yeah. The region itself is a very tough region. You look at Sachs, who was in the third round of 4A last year. Piedmont and Randolph County play each other in the semifinals. Who goes to the state championship game? You throw in Welborn, Weaver, other schools like that. You have the region's very top heavy. So you have some unknowns like us, the Pleasant Valleys, the Glencoes. Where are we going to sort out? So every situation is unique. And for us, and I'm like a broken record, I guess, but for us, we've got to worry about ourselves. But we do still have to play them. The region, it is what it is. We get sacks early, so we'll see early on how we compete against a school like that. I know they're very athletic. Quarterback's very athletic, so it's up to us to prepare them and be ready for that, and go out and play. So that's why they play the game.
Coach, we had a case of a old face in new place here. You've been in Talladega County a few times, Winterboro, Childersburg, and then after 2 years at Smith Station, you're back at B.B. Comer. Just talk about being back in Talladega County, where you've had some successes and getting some teams into the postseason, and just talk about what you want to do at B.B. Comer.
It's you don't know what you got until it's gone type situation. To be able to have an opportunity years ago to be able to start out at Winterboro and have success there and be there for 4 years, and then go to Childersburg and have success. You want to take that jump, and an opportunity came by to make that transition. So, it's the schedule question is kind of a funny question to me, because the schedule I came from was Central Phoenix City, Enterprise, Opelika, Auburn, Jeff Davis, Leah Montgomery. So I'm used to tough schedules. So, but to be able to come back to Talladega County, to be able to be welcomed back, is huge for me and my family. And we're excited to be back. Coaches' lives are a lot different in numerous ways. And coaches nowadays, there's some coaches move a lot, some don't. I'm very safe and very comfortable in saying that with a 9-year-old and a 7-year-old son, we're done moving around. I want to be here. I want to be at Comer. Most of my wife's family graduated from Comer, so they're alum. And that's kind of the way we're taking this thing. We're going to be here for a long time. Not planning to go anywhere, and we're treating this as this is going to be home, and we're going to stay here. And we're going to build this thing up one brick at a time.
You're coming to Comer, and you've inherited a program. Last season, or the past couple of years, there's been some trouble with finding enough players, it seemed like, because I know the previous coach, Coach Battles, was working with like 11, 13, 15. I think he had 13 at the end of last year, and 4 of those guys graduated. Just kind of talk about finding some players and getting some new people into this program, and what you've done since hitting the ground running.
The very first thing was to meet with the guys and say whatever's done is done, and that's over with, and we've got to move forward. And we immediately started after school workouts, started getting guys involved, started getting them to come out so we could see kind of where they were physically and mentally, and see, are they going to fit in with what we're trying to do? The numbers are there and the kids are there. We started workouts the second week of June, and 7th through 12th grade, we're averaging 50 to 55 at workouts. We took 18 kids to 7-on-7 yesterday, and that was just our varsity kids. We didn't take any linemen or anything like that. So we're going to look to dress anywhere from 30 to 36 on Friday nights. We will have some guys that will play both ways, but we have some young kids that are stepping up and doing some things and learning the system. So, the numbers are there, and the kids are there. My big speech to all athletes, not just as a football coach but as an athletic director too, is that you're as deserving of everything that all the other schools in the surrounding area have. You're deserving of the accolades. You're deserving of the press and everything else. And we have good kids there, and they're waiting for something good to come along. I'm looking for kind of a revitalization and to move forward. For me personally, and they're looking to move forward as well as a program. So we're a good marriage right now. We're all working for the positive. We're all working to move ahead. So that's kind of the take that we're on. We've got to make these guys have tight fit says make them believe on it. That's what we have to do. We have to make people believe. We have to make people that are going to the 5 teams that schedule us for homecoming this year. We got to make them believe that that's not going to happen. You better change who you're going to schedule for homecoming in 2 years. So we have to earn some respect. We got to work for it. I tell these guys all the time, nobody's going to give you anything, whether it be in sport or in life. It's not going to be given to you. So we're going to have to learn the adversity. We're going to have to continue to overcome adversity, but we're going to keep battling forward.
It's a great line, but is that true?
Well,
5 homecoming opponents?
Oh no, I don't know. No, I don't know if that's exact. No, I'm just saying. But how it is as far as right. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey, Coach, what do you want to accomplish in your year one at Coleman?
Everybody wants to see wins. Obviously, you want to see that. I think wins are the telltale sign of, hey, where did you come from? I think for us as a staff, I think it's to see organized football. I think it's to see the kids stay and the kids buy in and the kids, are there doing all the things that you need them to do. When you're talking 3A football and we're a small 3A, we've got to have everybody on board. So that's why I've explained to all our other athletes is on Friday nights, man, the other athletes that don't play football, you got to be in the stand. You got to be cheering those guys on. You got to be helping them out. In turn, we'll come to volleyball games and we'll go to softball games, we'll go to baseball games and all the other things that are involved, basketball and things like that. So everybody's got to scratch each other's back and help each other out. So, that support level, that family, that Comer is rich in tradition. And coming in the first day I was hired, everybody's on hashtags now, and I'm not even 40 yet, and I'm not even sure I really understand the whole hashtag thing. But I came up with the hashtag Restore the Roar, and I've had people from 16 to 65 come and tell me that's the greatest thing in the world. That's awesome. That's what we want, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to restore what was Comer football. We're trying to restore what was Comer athletics. Years ago, it was a force to be regulated. You didn't want to play Comer in anything. You didn't want to, that's not what you want. So, but you also have to look at this as a situation as, this process is kind of like eating a dinosaur. You're going to have to do it one bite at a time. You can't just take the whole thing or it'll never happen. So I'm not the most patient person in the world. I'm trying to be patient. And I've seen huge strides over these guys in 2 months. Like, it's amazing the strides that they've made from the first part of summer until now. So these kids want it, you can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink it. They're drinking the water. That's not the issue. So we've got a lot of positive going into the first part of the school year.
I heard you implemented a weight program for all sports.
Yes, sir.
Just talk about how that's been going.
Yeah, weight program's going well. You know, it's you have to have a total athletic group. You have to have everybody involved. You know, and we open up the weight room. We have a set schedule during the summer. So football starts at 7 o'clock. Females come in at 8:30, and then non-football males come in at 9:30. And we average 50 to 55 at 7. We average 70 girls at 8:30, and then we average about 30 non-football males at 9:30. So, you know, we're seeing 150 kids a day, and it's amazing how like word gets out, because just on the ride up here, these guys were talking about, well, so and so wants to know if they can play football, and so wants to know if they can, you know, if they can do this and do that. So, like, you can tell that the interest is there, and the desire to want to be there. These guys don't have to be there. I would say collectively out of these three, they've probably missed 4 workouts all year out of all 3 of them combined, and that's vacations and things like that. So they've done a good job with the buy-in. They're there. You know, we're able to feed them in the mornings. You know, that helps. We feed them through the school program, so they get breakfast every morning. So they're, you know, I know that they're eating breakfast and getting work in.
Coach, just kind of talk about the offense and defense you're going to be implementing for the upcoming year. Last year's team averaged 15 points a game on offense and allowed 42.2 points on defense per game. Just talk about improving those numbers.
Yeah, offensively, I'm a run-heavy guy. I believe in the run. Being an offensive lineman since the day I was born, I think running the ball is where it's at. That's football. So we're definitely going to be a run-heavy team. We do have the ability to throw the ball around. Yesterday at the 7-on-7 in Chillsburg, we threw the ball well. You know, I thought going into it, I didn't know what to expect, but we threw the ball around well. Ended up 4-1 on the day, and got put out by a very stout Pell City team. So, you know, for us to be able to line up, it all starts up front. We have a couple guys up front that are doing well for us. Jared Horton, Brent Beard, they're kind of the leaders of our offensive line, and they're going to be the mainstays up there. So, you know, for us to be able to, going back to that region schedule, going back to the tough region schedule, they can't score if they don't have the ball. So we're going to have to chew up some light bulbs. We're going to have to control the clock. You know, we need 4 yards here, 6 yards here. You know, we don't need big plays, but we need to have the ability to be explosive and make some big plays. Defensively, we're going to get after you. You know, we're going to show a couple multiple fronts depending on what they give us. But we're gonna come after you. You know, it's the kids react more to that. The kids are excited about being able to move and have some blitzes and things like that in place. So we're gonna get after you, and you know, you may guess right against us, you may guess wrong, but you know, our goal is at the end of the night they're gonna know that they played against a very physical Comer team.
Is there any particular formation you're going to run out of an offense, or just going to be a multiple?
We'll be multiple.
All right. Just for the players, Ward, Brian, and Tamar. Just starting with y'all, or starting with Ward. Last season didn't go very well for y'all, but you closed it out with that overtime game against Fayetteville. Y'all were down by double digits, and y'all rallied back. I think there were a few people, I was sitting in the stands, a few people got up and left, and they missed the show. Just kind of talk about being able to close that game, that season out with a win and build on some momentum going on into this year.
I would have to say the best momentum builder there was just coming into halftime. I think we were all tired because everybody's going both ways, only having 13 players. It's just we kept fighting. We knew we had a chance, and we just finished, and that's just.
And did that give y'all some confidence going into the off season, getting ready for this coming year?
Yeah, it did. I would have to say we have more players coming out. I think the fans, that was the first time since I've been at the school that I've seen the fans get into it and get into a game. So that felt really good.
And what's your goal, just personally and as a team, for this upcoming season? Just to build off of last year's 2-8.
My main goal is, just like Coach Fawcett said, is I like winning, but that's not my main goal. My main goal is to build and to get better every single week.
And same question for you, Brian. What's the goals heading for you and as a team heading into the season, just from your perspective?
Just to get better, really, because last year everybody knows it was a tough year, only having that many players, and everybody has to just give it their all. So, just not necessarily the winning, but just making sure that the people upcoming from us they have just the amount of heart that we have. Just keep building and pushing until we get to where we need to be.
Same question for tomorrow.
Well, my goal is just, to go to postseason and just, just win games stuff.
Coach Fawcett, is there anything you could take from your time at Smith Station lessons learned that you can apply towards building this program back up at Comer?
I don't know. I don't think we have enough time to cover all that. There's a lot of lessons involved in that. You find out a lot of things, and sometimes you take chances, and then you think things are the right thing to do. So. But there was a lot learned. There was a lot of good times had there. There was some rough times there, but I think as a coach professionally, you find that 3A, 4A football, this size football is where I belong. I'm very personable with our kids. I get to know the kids and care about them. And you get to 7A football, and there's 5 football teams. There's 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, a B team, and a varsity, and you're over all those teams. You've got 37 coaches that you're over. You've got all these other things that you tend to miss out on the opportunity to get to know the kids, and that's just not who I am as a coach. I like to be able to get to know them and get to know where they're from and things like that. So and it pays off dividends in the end. I have kids that I keep up with from 15 years ago of coaching. So, but a lot of lessons learned. Like I said, we can sit here for hours and discuss that.
Coach, just talk about. You got some familiar teams on your schedule. You got TC, you got Winterboro, you got Fayetteville. Just talk about having those guys on your schedule this year. The schedule is a good schedule for us, especially coming off the non-region schedule is a good schedule for us. Just kind of coming off the situations that have been and things like that, and it's good financially. At the end of the day, it takes money to run the program. It takes money to pay officials. It takes money to do pregame meals and have helmets and do all the things that is good for the program. So. To be able to have those teams on the schedule, you hope you generate a good revenue through the gate, and you hope that there's a kind of a rivalry type thing building up with that. So, with Fayetteville, obviously last year, double or overtime game, things like that. So, we go down to Fayetteville for week 10. That should be a good gate for those people. So, for Fayetteville and Coach Limbaugh. But even more importantly, for us, just being in the county, you have guys like Coach Mahan, who I've been around since the Winterboro days, and we've played each other numerous times, and he's gotten the best of me, I've gotten the best of him, and it's it's fun. You know, these are good guys. You know, at Chillsboro with coaching his coach group at Sylacauga, you know, just being around those guys. There's good guys here in the county. There's good coaches that are over our young people, and it's fun to be around coaches like that have the same values and have the same mindset. So that's probably one of the better things off the field as far as coming back to the county is you do have that camaraderie. You know, we're at a stage, and some of us talk about it sometimes. We're at a stage where coaching has changed so much, and you have guys that literally come into coaching that never coached, and they're in their first job at a big school, and everything's done for them. They don't know what it's like to cut grass. They don't know what it's like to paint a field. They've never done that, you know. So they miss out on that opportunity. You know, if I had say so over the coaching hiring type stuff, I'd say any coaches coming into the business should start at a 3A or lower, just to learn how to appreciate all those things and learn how all that's done. You know, your 1As, 2As, 3As, it's tough. I mean, I remember starting out at Winterboro, and you know, it would be like, hey, we're going to work out, we're going to get done workouts, we're going to weed eat for 3 hours, and then we're going to cut the grass and, you know, stuff like that. So me and two other coaches did all that. You know, we kept up the whole grounds, and that's where you gain an appreciation for all that stuff. And that's, you know, you call somebody and say, hey, I need 15 mouthpieces, or you got a case of paint I can get from you. You know, these guys will help you out. So, a lot of camaraderie with these guys. It's fun. That's why we do what we do.
How's it now that you don't have a big grass coach?
That's been pretty nice so far. We still have a little grass to cut, but it's not nearly as bad. So that's a pretty good situation.
That wraps things up with the B.B. Comer Memorial High School Tigers. Up next, we have Winterboro High School. We'd like to wish Coach Fawcett and his young men that are here today best luck this season. And next up, like I said, Winterboro High School.